What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to do the recap on the IBF at Rocky Point. So it was probably one of the hottest days of the year. It was very humid and extremely hot. So we had to drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, that kind of thing. We were looking for shade, trying to stay a little bit cooler as the day went on. But I hadn't been there since May, which was the BFL at Rocky Point, was the last time I was on that pool. And we kind of just showed up and winged it, went into a creek and just went fishing. A lot of times on the river, that can really be a good thing. Some of the lakes like Patoka, Monroe, and other big lakes, you kind of want to practice as much as you can. But the river, sometimes you're better off just going with your confidence and just go fishing and hope for the best. But that's pretty much what we did. We went into a creek, we went flipping, we threw spinner baits, buzz baits, some other moving baits, anything, basically just junk fishing is what we did. And that's kind of the way to do it on the Ohio River. So ended up, I had 3 fish and my co-angler also had 3 fish, but my co-angler caught a great big one on a bait that I gave him forecast after I gave it to him. So that was kind of cool. And we'll get more into that here as we go. He ended up having 3 really nice fish and ended up winning the co-angler side with 6.60 pounds. And he had one that was 3.82 pounds. So he had a really good day and ended up with a pretty nice paycheck. But let's kind of break down what I did and the different baits that we used to catch what we caught. So like I said, I hadn't been there since May, which was the BFL. And obviously things could change a lot in 2 or 3 months, but it's the river. So you just got to go fishing and hope for the best. But I pretty much kept it simple like I normally do. Like I said, I threw buzz baits, spinner baits, all that type of stuff. I really like to go flipping on the river. And I had a couple baits lined out and ended up getting all my bites, and all my keeper bites that I caught for the day were on this green pumpkin tube. If you've watched some of my videos in the past, you'll know I throw my tubes on a Trocar 3/0 tube hook. And that hook's really good. It holds the bait up just right. I really like throwing that tube hook on these tubes because it gets me a better hookup ratio than just throwing some of the other, like an EWG hook, or a just like a round bend worm hook or anything like that. It's got that right bend to definitely get better hook sets. And then I was throwing a TMO tungsten, TMO tackle, 1/4 ounce tungsten weight. I really like throwing a lighter weight like that 1/4 ounce. It allows the bait to kind of flow more freely, and it's got a slower fall, so it doesn't overpower my bait, or it doesn't sink down in that silt as much. With the Ohio River, a lot of it's there's a lot of just mud and stuff, so I like that 1/4 ounce weight when I'm fishing on the Ohio River on pretty much all my flipping stuff. So as far as the rod I used a 7'3" medium heavy. It's a Magnum jig rod from Lew's. And I used a Custom Pro 7.5-to-1 gear ratio with 15-pound Berkeley fluorocarbon. So that rod, I'm able to basically get fish out of anything that I flip it into. It's not completely overpowering. I know if you watch the video, some of my fish will come flying out of the water because you're catching little bitty 12-inch bass. So I don't want to use something that's like extra heavy in the bushes and around stumps and stuff. I kind of want it's just an all-around good rod. Medium heavy seems to work for me. If you get up into the heavier rods, then obviously you're going to have more fish flying over the boat whenever you set the hook. And a lot of times whenever that happens, you'll get slack in your line and then the fish will come off. So I like to use a medium heavy, either a 7-foot or a 7'3" for the majority of my flipping on the river. My co-angler ended up, he was getting bit on a Strike King rodent and was running out, or he ran out. He didn't have any left. So he asked for a beaver bait, and I gave him this baby D-bomb, which is a green pumpkin one. I gave him that, and I said, just as long as you don't catch a 4-pounder on it. And 4 casts later, he caught that 3.82 pounder. So that was kind of a crazy story. We were joking about how he's not allowed to catch one that's like 4 pounds. I said, if I give you this bait, you can't catch a 4 pounder. And then 4 casts later, he caught a 4 pounder. So, but I was happy for him. That ended up winning the tournament. Well, not the whole tournament. He ended up catching 2 more decent keepers. And I think he caught those keepers on a green pumpkin tube, Texas rigged as well. But that D-bomb essentially won him the tournament because that big fish got him big bass and really put him over the top on his 3 fish. He had 3 really nice fish. I think he had that big one, and then he had 2 other 14, 15-inch fish, which is huge on the river. But we had a really interesting day. We had a fun day. First time meeting the guy. We had 2 Asian carps in the boat. We had one that went across the back deck, and as I was looking back to look at it, I had another one jump over my head. So that made the day interesting. It made for a fun day of cleaning my boat carpet shortly after. But other than that, it was a great day. It was one of the hottest days. Like I said, it was probably 95 degrees and very humid. That was kind of a struggle on staying focused, but we were able to stay focused enough to get those 3 fish in the boat. And I had a decent finish. He won, obviously, so he had more than a decent finish. But we moved up in the points to somewhere in the mid-20s. And we're 3 points behind Blake right now because he finished, I think he had like a quarter pound more than us, which is unfortunate for us. But we still have one more tournament to catch up to Blake. We're skipping the Tanner's one because it's such a long drive, but then we're going to fish the Monroe one in September. So stay tuned. We got one more IBF tournament. The goal is to finish in the top 40 in the points so that we can qualify for the IBF Classic. Only fishing 4 of the 6 events, so it's doable, but we got to catch them. Thanks again, everyone, for following along, for watching. Hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.